Okay. Ready, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. And oh, God.
See, it's going to be bad.
Right off the bat. Oh, Lord.
That's going to be bad. I'm telling you, it's going to be bad.
Hi, oh, this is going to suck.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I've been waiting for my voice to get better for 2 weeks and it just hasn't. So, I mean, hi, everybody. And okay. This time I'm just going forward. Okay.
Do you want me to do it?
No. I'll try it lower. How about that?
Yeah, stop being on the roller coaster.
Shut up.
Your voice goes, hi, everybody.
I know. You point this out all the time. Luca looked at you because he was like, I don't know when I've ever heard Param be that energetic.
He lies. I get energetic when we talk about treats.
You
want a treat?
Not right now.
Get it, Lulu. Get it.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of From Art to Atoms,
The Ultimate Curiosity Show.
I'm Brandon Shoemaker.
I'm Michael Foles.
And this week we are
struggling with our voices, apparently, huh, Brandon?
We are. I have been a little under the weather for the past couple of weeks, and so we've avoided recording, but now it is Sunday before this episode is supposed to come out on Thursday. So we kind of have to do something. Otherwise, you guys just won't have anything. But this week, we're talking about a topic that we've touched on once before.
Was it our Halloween episode?
It was. We talked about one specific case, but this week we're talking about the general topic of serial killers.
Why not? You know,
something nice and lighthearted for this afternoon.
Why not? So I know on Apple and on Hulu, they have a documentary, and it came out in 2021, but it's kind of been trending, I guess, on the Hulu, like top 10 or whatever,
Yeah.
Called Invisible Monsters, Serial Killers in America.
Oh, I have not seen that, actually.
Oh, that's the one I told you about.
Oh, okay. I need to.
It looks at the 5 serial killers from the 70s and kind of breaks down, each episode breaks down like it's within 2 years.
What was the name of it?
Invisible Monsters.
Okay.
So like the first episode is called The Perfect Storm, and it kind of looks at 1972 to 1974, where the 5 that they're looking at, Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Green River Killer, and BTK, kind of started, I guess.
Yeah.
And then 1974 to 1977, or I guess 78, and then 78 to 79, and then 79 to 82, where kind of they were starting to get caught, I guess. And then 84 and beyond. But yeah, so it looks at those cases, those 5 all together. It's a really good documentary.
Awesome. Well, I've added it to my stuff on Hulu.
But so that kind of got us the idea of me watching that and then us talking about it. Brandon's always got this sick, demented fascination with serial killers.
I do not. And you have just as much a fascination as I do.
So with that, we were like, let's just talk about serial killers and why we're fascinated by them.
Yeah. And podcasts specifically, almost 25% of the most popular podcasts are on serial killers or true crime. So, we're certainly in good company in this discussion. But, when I remember when I was younger, and did you ever have this thought when you would think about stuff like serial killers and stuff? I would think, oh God, is something wrong with me?
No. So let me just point out really fast. When I was younger, I didn't think about serial killers. So yeah, something is wrong with you.
It is not.
I'm just saying.
Science says so.
Okay. Well, I just know that I didn't get my fascination until I started being an adult and hating society.
Okay. It sounds like you're more of one to be scared of than me.
If I was going to do something, it would have happened a long time ago.
But in the May 2022 edition of Psychology Today, there was an article that talked about our fascination with serial killers. And it actually outlines the fact that it's very similar to why we have such a fascination with horror movies.
Didn't we talk about that also last time?
Yeah. And it's the fact that we enjoy being exposed to these dangerous situations in settings that we know in which we are safe.
Gotcha.
And the reason that we enjoy that feeling is because it goes back to a very primal desire that we have to know what evil is out there, what danger is out there, so that we can learn how to recognize it and thereby avoid it.
I don't think that we're trying to avoid it, though.
Well, I mean, in real life, trying to avoid it.
I was going to say, because like if we're sitting here watching it, how do you have a fascination for something you're trying to avoid?
Yeah, no, you have the fascination because you want to be able to recognize it so that if you see it in real life, you know to avoid it.
Oh, wow, I'll recognize it. Okay.
But that actually, like I said, that's a very sort of primal behavior that's even exhibited in animals, where animals of prey will sort of observe at a safe distance their predators.
Gotcha.
And so, you'll have a zebra or a gazelle that are watching safely when lions are not hunting, to essentially study their behavior so that they can recognize, essentially like recognize the look in their eye of when they're going to be on the hunt.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so that's essentially what we're doing with serial killers. We're trying to recognize that look in the eye of when they're on the hunt.
So I want to just...
What?
We do that as teachers.
Yeah.
We don't do it like to recognize the hunt or anything like that, but we recognize the signs of their behavior. Like we study their behavior while they're in class with us. And for the same reason, we need to know what's about to hit us.
But not just in terms of the impact on us or in the classroom and things like that. But I mean, that's how we're able to, recognize behaviors that may, sometimes require a diagnosis. Like if we think that a student might be self-harming or something like that, or if there may be signs of abuse at home, and, we're mandatory reporters for that. We have to alert people and the authorities when there are signs of abuse and such. So, I mean, it is kind of the same way, even though we're not, studying their behavior to see
if they're going to kill us.
Yeah. Although in today's society, that is definitely
one of the behaviors we have to look out for.
Yeah. So this is just
maybe not so much us, but their classmates.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes we're the targets too.
That's why you have to be nice to everybody.
Yep.
You know who's got it would be a good person to talk to about this? We should have had her on, Kelly.
Ooh, yeah.
Because she used to teach forensics.
Yeah.
So she's got in-depth.
That's true.
Let me call it up real fast.
We'll do it. We'll have to do a follow-up episode on this and do a deeper dive.
Yep.
Okay. So the author of that Psychology Today article was actually a psychologist who has created a scale. He calls it the morbid fascination scale. And essentially
no mixing words there.
Well, he even specifies in it that the term morbid, he's using it very much clinically.
Okay.
So meaning things related to or leading to death.
Okay.
Just like when, you have morbidity and mortality conference where that's focusing on, things that led to death or illness in hospitals and healthcare systems. So, but anyway, so he created this scale as a part of his research into, this behavior that we exhibit that is, like I said, very much
fascination
primal.
of it. Right.
Yeah. So I took the test last night and I have it here so that
of course you did.
You can take it.
Are you going to send it to me?
Huh?
Are you going to send it to me?
No, I'm going to read it out loud so that everybody at home can follow along with us. Okay, so it starts out, it says, thanks for your interest. And if you are interested in taking this for yourself, it's available at coltonscrivener.com. That's the name of the researcher who wrote the article. Colton, Coltan, Scrivener, Scrivner.com. Colton Scrivener, all one word. So here we go. It says, thanks for your interest in the morbid curiosity test. Keep in mind, morbid does not mean the curiosity is bad. It simply refers to the fact that the topic is related to death in some way. So it says, please report how much you agree or disagree with the following statements. So again, it's a 6-point.
Can I tell you before I take this? I feel like this is the FBI's little feather they put out there or something to see if you're like those of us that take it and they're like, oh, this person scored on the high end of that. We're going to go ahead and take care of this.
Well, you don't put any personal information.
Okay.
In there, so.
As long as that, I'm okay. I don't want to be like seen as a go-getter and all of a sudden they come at me.
All right. So the scale goes from strongly disagree, somewhat disagree, and then it shifts over to somewhat agree, or strongly agree. So just give me from 1 to 6, where 1 is the least.
Strongly disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And 6 is the highest.
Okay.
Okay. But keep in mind, the 3 and 4 are the middle ground that splits disagree.
Yeah.
Okay. If a head transplant was possible, I would want to watch the procedure.
Oh, yeah, I would. Strongly agree. That's
Okay.
a 6.
I figured. I think the supernatural is an interesting topic.
It's about I don't believe in it, so it's hard to be an interesting topic if you don't believe in it.
Right.
So 3, I guess,
3.
right in the middle.
Okay. If I lived in medieval Europe, I would be interested in attending a public execution.
No, that's a 1. I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay. That surprises me.
That just because of
that was what I did too. I said 1. I would not want to.
Yeah, that's like even if I was like watching death row, I wouldn't want to see an inmate get killed or something like that. I wouldn't want to witness the actual thing.
No,
it's like the.
I figured the Mr. Wizard and you would want to, but
well, I mean, so look, I don't want to go to a chicken farm and watch the chickens be slaughtered. I just want to know that they come from the store and I eat them.
Okay.
Like, same thing with like all those animals that like cows and deers and stuff like that. I don't want to see the process.
You just know that it happens and that's enough.
Yeah. I know that chicken and beef comes from the Winn-Dixie, not from anywhere else.
You know that death row inmates are executed and that's all you need to know.
They're not. They're just sent on a long vacation.
Okay. Just like pets at the vet.
Well,
they go to live on the farm.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to say that because you'll start crying. It's like Donovan. He's just out there running still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, like I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay. I am curious about crime and enjoy reading detailed news accounts about murders and other violent crimes.
Oh, I'll say that's a 5. I am.
Okay. I would be curious to see how an autopsy is performed.
I've already seen that. That's a 6.
Okay.
They have a documentary you can watch online.
Oh. Okay. I would be interested in attending or watching a video of an exorcism.
I think I would. I would do that one just because I'd go 6 on that.
6? Okay.
Yeah. What'd you put?
I think I put 5.
I'd want to see that just because I'd like wait for her to spin her head around and stuff like that.
Oh my God. If I lived in ancient Rome, I would be interested in attending a gladiatorial fight.
Does it involve animals?
It doesn't specify.
Look, if it involves people, I would go see it, maybe a 4. But if it involves animals, I'm not going to go see it. I don't want to see the animals get hurt.
Okay, so I'm going to mark it as a 4 then. I would be interested in watching a documentary on motives behind real murders.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that 6.
Okay.
I already do that.
I am interested in seeing how limb amputation works.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Okay. I find the occult interesting.
That's like a 3.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay. If I saw a street fight break out and I knew I could not intervene, I would try to watch it.
Nope, I would not. Put me down for like a 2 or a 1.
2, well, which do you want, 2 or 1?
2, because I may have some kind of an interest. It's like a car accident. You just kind of want to watch. But I wouldn't stop to watch it. I would just keep on going about my business until I could no longer see it.
It's like the kids at school when a fight breaks out and they all pull out their cell phones and stand in a circle.
Yeah, but they're actively running to a fight. I'm not. Like if I just happen to see one walking down the street and I see one, I'd just keep on mind my business, keep on going. Yeah, I mean, I would look to see what was going on, but
yeah. All right, next question. My favorite part of a crime show is learning about why the killer did what he did.
It's a 4.
Okay.
Like the motivation behind it. Sometimes I care, sometimes I don't.
I would like to see how bodies are prepared for funerals.
Oh, that's a 6. I would do that.
I knew that one would be. I think I put like a 4 or a 5. I know your answer on this. A documentary on voodoo would interest me.
6.
Yep.
I sure do.
I would be curious enough to watch a duel if I lived in the Wild West.
No, it goes back to the fight. I could really.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be interested in watching an interview with an imprisoned serial killer talking about his crimes.
No, that really doesn't interest me at all.
Really? Okay.
Because it goes back to like the motivation behind it kind of thing, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I'd put a 3.
Okay.
I mean, some of those people you got to really kind of question whether or not they're telling you the truth, and if they're not doing it just for.
Well, it's like, have you seen the one on Netflix about Henry Lee Lucas? He confessed to all these different murders and
Didn't do it at all.
well, no, I think apparently he did some. I still haven't watched it yet, but I just know of the story. I think he did some of them, but not as many as he claimed. All right. I think the preservation of bodies, like in taxidermy or mummification, is interesting.
Yes, that's a 6.
Okay. I'm curious how a Ouija board works.
I know how a Ouija board works. Y'all be moving it. That's a 2 or a 1. No, I know how it works. I don't believe in it.
Pick one, 2 or 1.
1.
Okay. I prefer violent movies and TV shows to be uncensored.
Like, so I can see the gore?
I think so. I was kind of confused by this. I took it as if I'm watching a movie on TV, I want it to be uncensored, not the like censored version.
Yeah. I want it to be uncensored.
Okay.
But like, yeah, gore doesn't bother me. Yeah, so go. Yeah.
What number?
Give me a 5.
Okay. Being a criminal profiler who studies the personality of murderers would be an interesting job.
Yeah, I agree. That's a 6.
Yeah. Okay. I am curious what the deadliest toxin in the world would do to the body.
What kind of question is that? A 4.
4. Okay.
Yep.
I think witchcraft would be an interesting topic to learn about.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Okay. I'm curious what a battle looked like in the Middle Ages.
3.
Okay.
I really thought about it.
Yeah, that was me. I'm curious about the minds of violent people.
Yeah, that's a 7. No, not a 7. Sorry. That's a 5.
That one's off the charts.
That's a 5.
Okay. Do you want to give demographic data like your sexuality, your age?
No, they don't need to know all that information.
Okay. I gave mine just for science.
That are they going to pay me for that? Then yes, I will.
No.
And no, they don't get that information.
Okay. Here are your scores. 1 is the minimum score. 6 is the maximum score. Your scores are in red. Averages for the population are in white. Remember, it's perfectly normal to have morbid curiosity. A high score does not indicate that anything is wrong. All right. Your overall morbid curiosity score is 4.33.
Out of 6?
Yes.
Okay.
The population average is 3.41.
All right. I'm higher than average.
Yeah. Your paranormal score, which I was surprised that it was this high, 4.17. Population average is 3.43.
Is that because of the voodoo and the witch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Minds of Dangerous People score is 4.67. Population average is 3.93.
Okay.
Your body violation / bodily injury score is 5.67. Population average is 3.08.
Pansies. They're all pansies. Don't want to watch autopsies and stuff like that, or bodies be prepared for funerals. Pansies.
And your violence score is 2.83, the only one that was under the population average of 3.18.
Well, that's a good thing. I'm glad that the violence score is that's the one where I don't want to watch stuff go
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I don't want to see all that.
So mine, for comparison, okay. So my morbid curiosity score was 4.92.
Okay.
So that was higher than yours.
I don't remember.
You have 4.33. I had 4.92. My paranormal score was higher than yours, 5.33.
Yeah, but you believe in that hooboo.
My Minds of Dangerous People score, 6.
Well, you do like to know why people think certain things.
Yeah. Body violation and body injury score was 4.17.
Okay.
And then my violence score was 4.17. And I don't remember what I marked.
That's higher than the average.
Yeah. I think I marked that I would watch the fight on the street at a higher number. I don't remember what number, but
I mean, I wouldn't, just like I said, I have no interest in watching that.
yeah.
Especially if it's over something stupid, which you know it is.
I just feel like I would, well, two things that I know fairly sure about myself. I would have the same reaction that you mentioned, like, the train wreck, like
Yeah, the you just got to stare and watch.
Yeah. But I also know that I wouldn't watch for long.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would look if I was walking and like I happened to come across something like that in the distance. I'd watch to kind of find out what's going on, but I'd mind my business and keep on going.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't stop and take my phone out and record like all these kids do and stuff. But
yeah.
Okay. You should give this to your kids.
Yeah, really. Okay. So we've established that both of us, clearly do have a curiosity of
a morbid curiosity.
But, back to, the specific topic of serial killers, we know that it's a healthy curiosity and that there's nothing wrong with this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about some.
I think that disclaimer that it's a normal, healthy curiosity.
Yeah.
I think they put that on there just to make people feel good. Especially if you got like a 6 or like a 5.5.
What's your point?
Just say they don't want people to feel bad that they're crazy and like that kind of stuff.
Anyway.
I'm just kidding.
So here's a statistic that I found that was pretty jarring.
Worrisome?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the FBI estimates that at any given time, there are anywhere between 25 and 50 active serial killers in the U.S. alone.
I guess those are local, right? That's why you don't hear too much about them.
Well, that's okay. So that was my biggest question, because you don't hear in the news about serial killers a lot. The last one that I remember getting national attention was the Beltway Sniper in Washington, D.C. And that's been
the early 2000s.
Yeah. So that's, I think, oh God, well, no, I take that back. The one that was in my hometown, Woodruff.
What? Y'all had a serial killer out there?
Yeah. I told you that.
I mean, if I lived out there,
oh my God. Yeah. I forgot the guy's name now, but,
when was that?
When my cousin Allison was getting married. That's when, because it was right down the road from the church. This was in 2016, 15 or 16, maybe. Hold on. Let me.
I don't remember anything about this. Did they catch the person?
Oh yeah.
Was it a man?
Yeah.
Hey, that's another thing though, is like, so are there more predominantly male serial killers or female serial killers? Like which one?
Male.
Because you hear the male ones.
Yes, it's much more common for serial killers to be male than female. Oh, yeah. It was Todd Colehep. And so
I never heard of that.
He actually, there's a good either Dateline or what's the CBS version? 48
60
hours.
Minutes?
No, 48 hours. There's a good episode of one or the other about him. But no, so he was actually...
Like, what was his motivation?
He was actually kidnapping people and imprisoning them in a shipping container that he had on out in the middle of some woods on a piece of land he owned in Woodruff.
Okay, what is his motivation?
I mean,
he just didn't like people.
No, I mean, it was like I think sexual.
It always goes back to that.
Yeah, and he also confessed to being the killer of what was known as the Superbike murders, which was where somebody went in and shot up all the people that were in this motorcycle sales and repair shop.
I've never heard of any of this stuff.
Well, here, I will send you his Wikipedia page.
I'm okay. Thank you. I don't want the FBI finding out stuff, man. Look, I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, oh, we got some people over here. Looking up some serial killer stuff, and
Anyway, no, South Carolina is.
Yeah, y'all are crazy up there because y'all have that guy that killed his family.
Which one?
The one that just recently happened. The man who killed his wife and his son, and then the other son is still alive.
Oh yeah, prominent lawyer in Columbia.
Murdoch.
Murdoch.
Alec Murdaugh.
Or Murdaugh.
Is it Murdaugh?
Murdaugh. But yeah,
it's doing something in the water.
But no, and then there was, I think this one was back in the 1940s, probably around the same time as the Phantom Killer. There was the Gaffney Strangler.
Not the Gaffney Strangler.
Yeah.
He was upset about peach prices.
Oh, my God.
What? Every time I think of Gaffney, I think of that stupid water tower with that big old giant peach.
Yeah. And then there was also Pee Wee Gaskins, who was a serial killer in the Low Country.
Look, we didn't have serial killers out in New Orleans. We just had high crime. They weren't serial. We were just like popping people off left and right.
You had the axe murderer.
Who?
The Axe Man.
I don't know who you're talking about.
They wrote a whole play about it. The Axeman's Requiem.
You talking about Candyman or something?
No.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The Axeman of New Orleans was an unidentified American serial killer who was active in and around the New Orleans, Louisiana area between May 1918 and October 1919.
No one remembers that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just like they've forgotten all about Jack the Ripper.
Okay. I'm going to ask my parents, my mom, and I'm going to ask my family, my aunt and everybody, and I'm going to see if they know anything about that.
Oh, I bet you they do.
I bet you they don't. My grandmother wasn't even alive in 1918.
So?
Well, she was like 6, but still.
We weren't around in the late 1800s, but we know about Jack the Ripper.
That's because that one's famous. They've done a lot of stuff with that. Hold on. I'm going to call her right now. I'm going to tell her she's on the podcast too. I'll put her on speakerphone.
Yeah. Put her in the microphone.
The Axe Killer?
The Axeman of New Orleans.
This is my first phone a friend.
She's not going to answer.
Okay. Look, let me call somebody else. Hold on.
Who are you calling now?
I'm going to call Jean. Yeah.
Yeah.
She might not answer either because they might be busy, but I'm going to try.
I bet you Jean knows about it. This is up her alley.
The
Axeman of New Orleans.
Axeman.
Well,
hey, I have a question for you. Me and Brandon are doing a podcast. Like you're being recorded right now on the podcast. We have a question.
okay.
Have you ever heard of the Axeman of New Orleans?
No, I actually haven't.
Told you, no one knows about that. It's a serial killer from 1918 to 1919. And he said we're supposed to know about that. No one knows about that down there.
Oh, well, then you should.
Who was he killing?
I don't know.
So he was killing. Okay, let's see.
I do know he was killing people with an axe, apparently.
Yeah, he killed Joseph and Catherine Maggio, who was an Italian grocer.
How many people total?
I don't know. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, that was a whole family. This was in Gretna.
Well, look, that's right in Gretna.
Okay, so I'm gonna read up on this. So, Michael, send me the particulars on that. I'm gonna read it now.
Okay.
But I'm still curious. Who was the people he was killing, and what was his reasons and why?
Well, they never
What was
caught
the
him.
group he targeted.
They never caught him, Brandon said.
Okay, but the people he killed, what was
Was it random people or was it like a
targeted group of people? Was it family? I mean, what? Just
I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the case. I just know of it. But he killed a couple of different couples, and then there were several individuals that he killed, just alone. And then there was an entire family that he killed also. It looks like a lot of these are Italian immigrants, so that might have been part of his motive.
okay.
I don't know. Like I said, I've never heard of it before. We were talking about serial killers.
But
Brand-
ask me tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you I have. And what is his name again?
We don't know. He's just
I'll
referred
send
to
you
as
I'll send you the link for it.
Oh, okay. Do that. I'm gonna read up on it. Interesting.
Yeah, Brandon's like, he had a serial killer in his hometown, and I was like, that's never happened in New Orleans. We just kill a lot of people. We don't actually do it serial wise.
And then I said, no, that's not true.
Yeah. So apparently we had one, but that was over 100 years ago. No one knows that.
I'm sure you've had more than just him.
You know what? I'm gonna read up on this. Send me that information. I'm gonna put Brett to the test. Because
Okay.
he knows a lot about history, and I'm gonna ask him if there was a serial killer from Gretna, and I'll let you know the results.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye. All right. So apparently there was a serial killer, but I mean, like I said, nobody knows. We don't talk about that down there.
Oh, we just don't talk about that in New Orleans.
Well, we don't.
We just talk about getting drunk and getting flashed for beads.
Hey, no. We talk about food.
Hold on. Here we go. Category: serial killers from Louisiana. Axeman of New Orleans is number 1. Well, because it's alphabetical. Nathaniel Code, Ronald Dominique, Mose Gibson, Sean Vincent Gillis, Warren Harris, Eric Matthews, the Storyville Slayer. Wait a minute. Nickname given to an American serial killer who murdered at least 12 prostitutes in New Orleans. 2 separate suspects were considered. And this was from 91 to 96.
Eh.
What do you mean?
I didn't pay attention to the news back then.
Clearly.
Moving on. So looking at the Axeman stuff, a little bit about that, though. He only killed men who interfered with him killing women.
Oh,
Is what they said. So women were the target more so than men, and men just happened to be the
Wrong place, wrong time, or trying to interfere.
Right, is what Google said on that.
Mm.
So, and then also he was part of the Coven season of American Horror Story.
Yeah. That was the first time I had ever heard of it. And then I was like, wait a minute.
The episode is called The Axeman Cometh.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch that show.
Yeah. It was an okay episode.
Okay, so let's go back into, do you think so look at the DC sniper, right?
Yeah.
He had no victims were random.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to shoot people.
Yeah.
For no other reason, and he had the young accomplice.
Oh, he had an accomplice? I forgot about that.
Yeah, he had that guy, the young boy.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a 18, 17-year-old boy. You don't remember that?
No.
One of them would drive and one of them would hang out in the trunk of the car. Because I was up in Virginia Beach when all that was going down.
Yeah.
And the older guy got executed, and the younger one, I think, is still alive in jail.
Let's see.
It's like Malcolm. Yeah, Mohammed and Malvoy. Yep.
John Allen Mohammed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was 41, and Lee Boyd Malvoy was 17.
Oh, wow.
Thought you knew that.
I mean, I was paying attention to the news at the time, but I had forgotten that.
Mm-hmm. Now, and that was one thing I never understood was how do they know each other kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
But I think that they were like sexually active together.
Uh-huh.
So,
huh.
Okay, so Mohammed had befriended the juvenile Malvoy and enlisted him in the attacks. According to one of Malvoy's defense attorneys, he believed that Mohammed was when Mohammed told Malvoy that he was going to seek a $10 million ransom from the U.S. government to stop the sniper killings, and that ransom would be used to establish a utopian society for 140 homeless black children on the Canadian compound.
Huh.
And again, that's from his defense attorney, so I'm not exactly sure what that's all about.
Yeah.
But they were both non-American.
Really?
Uh-huh. Malvoy was a Jamaican and Mohammed was... Malvo. What did I say? Malvoy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Mohammed was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh.
Must be in the water.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go knocking South Carolina anymore. No, but that's an interesting topic too when you look at serial killers who have accomplices. Because
what was it? Ted Bundy had the women or something like that. It wasn't Ted Bundy. Who was the one that he kidnapped women, several famous women, and then started like training them, and they began doing the crimes with him. It wasn't Bundy, but it was someone.
Are you thinking of Patty Hearst?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, that was the SLA, the Symbionese Liberation Army. So common characteristics of serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
They may exhibit varying degrees of mental illness or psychopathy.
Mm-hmm.
They may suffer from psychotic breaks. They often suffered abuse in their past, emotionally, physically, or sexually. They're more likely to engage in fetishism. The majority are male.
I wonder if these people read a lot of books.
Who?
These serial killers. I bet you they do read a lot of books.
Some have been illiterate.
It's knew Thomas had something going on with him.
Oh, God.
I'm going to start sleeping with one eye open.
Lord have mercy. 82% of American serial killers were white.
Do they come from a good background, like as far as financially?
It varies. Some yes, some no. 87% operate alone, while 10% either commit crimes in pairs or groups. And that's something that's kind of interesting too, is, when, like you mentioned earlier with the DC sniper. Yeah. Eileen Wuornos had an accomplice that she worked with sometimes, but not all the time. The Boston Strangler or the Hillside Strangler that was actually two. Hillside Strangler. The Hillside Strangler.
Boston was just one.
Huh?
The Boston was just one.
Yeah. Hillside Strangler was actually two people, Bianchi and Buono. They were cousins, I think.
Sounds like two characters off of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, God. And then one that's closer to where we are today in Houston back in the 70s, there was Dean Coral, who had two accomplices that worked with him, he was murdering young boys, and he would use these two. One was a teenager, I think one was in his early 20s, to lure the boys and then kill them. And one of his accomplices actually shot him and then confessed to the police. So, that's...
They say snitches get stitches and end up in ditches.
Oh, God.
Better watch out, Thomas Warren.
Oh, God. And then one thing, I have not read this book yet, but once I found out about it, I ordered it and I'm going to read it. But there is a former FBI agent, Frank Figliuzzi, I think I'm saying that right, who was investigating and suspects that there are a large number of serial killers operating in North America currently who are long haul truckers. Because they're...
Well, we don't have verifiable proof on that. He's just thinking that.
Yeah. But like anything else, it's a matter of connecting the dots. And he makes it clear too that, it's not, to say any kind of slight against long haul truckers, and that, they perform a very vital job for all of us, especially in America, where we are such a consumer driven society. But, he said that it is also a prime profession for a lot of the types of people who fit the serial killer mold. They're loners.
Like they have a means to do it.
Well, exactly. Because, most serial killers are loners. So, long haul truckers are having to spend lots and lots of time by themselves. And it gives them the opportunity of committing these crimes in areas that they aren't sticking around to get caught in.
Yeah. In different cities. I mean, there's no...
Yeah. So he's essentially saying, and again, I haven't read the book yet, but this is just, going off of what I read about the book in the article that quoted him. Essentially he's saying that it provides the perfect opportunity for some of these people to follow these instincts that they have. And so, he lays out the case for it, essentially.
When did you write this book?
This is a new book. It's recent. Let me see. May of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like you said earlier, there was kind of a I hate to use the term golden age, but in the media for serial killers, like you said, in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s.
Well, and that's what that documentary, The Invisible Monsters or whatever, talks about, like how the police didn't have the connections that with other departments. Like, how was Ted Bundy allowed to go to Florida and not get caught right away? Because they didn't communicate with each other back then.
Exactly.
So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a little bit more harder, to be one, to execute that as a crime.
You mean today?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more difficult because of DNA and all the advancements that we've made in criminal science and stuff like that.
Well, and one thing too that I think is probably happening, or at least I hope this is what's happening, is that there are probably a lot of people who would be serial killers, but they're getting caught sooner.
Yeah.
Because a lot of we think of, and there are cases of very rapid serial killers that kill in succession, within days of each other
Well, okay. So the one that I'll remember the most, like I said, the DC sniper shootings, like I do vividly remember that one.
Yeah.
Yes, that was probably the last one, but that was all over the news media. Like people were fascinated by that too.
Yeah. That was national coverage. Yeah.
And I think part of it was the fact that kind of stuff just didn't happen anymore. The shock and awe of it was, I guess, part of the fascination.
Yeah. And that's it's
we've got to stop on these big old giant bad topics,
broad topics. Yeah. Well, it's just, there's just
not broad topics. I'm saying
depressing topics. Yeah. But anyway, going back to, what we started out talking about, the reason why we're fascinated by them is to be able to try to recognize it. And that's one of the scariest parts about the psychology of serial killers, is that they are typically very cunning and even charismatic. Think about people like
Gacy was very correct.
Not Gacy, the one
Ted Bundy.
There we go.
Yeah, but Gacy was too. I mean, he was very much.
Yeah.
They have pictures of him with Pat Nixon, I believe it was, or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
He was very involved and very go-getter. And
well, yeah. I mean, everybody talks about the creep factor of him being the clown killer, but I mean, he It's not like he was murdering people as a clown. He was just a birthday clown.
Yeah, but
But I mean, think about, the type of people who are typically clowns. They're gregarious. They're very outgoing. They're not creepy, and the people, not the clowns. They're not your quiet, creepy loner types.
mm-hmm.
So that's the danger, is that a lot of times it's hard to recognize even when you're faced with them. I will say, without naming any names or anything like that, I am fairly confident that I knew someone who either is a serial killer or at least has the potential to become one. I am fairly confident that this person has killed.
Why are you going to talk about Thomas like that?
Shut up. Oh my God. But that's the thing. This individual is very charismatic, very, outgoing type, has plenty of friends, is not the type at all that you would assume to be capable of such things. And frankly, there is a certain look in the eyes of people who are either sociopaths or psychopaths that only comes out, when, quote unquote, the monster comes out. And, that look is really just about the only thing that you can go on in terms of, if you happen to catch that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this individual also has, that's not the only basis I'm going on here, but this individual also has, that type of, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, quote unquote, crazy eyes.
No, well, I told Thomas be getting crazy eyes too
Oh
sometimes.
God, no, he does not.
Yes, he does. You need to watch him. You don't understand what I go through at home.
Is this a cry for help?
There ain't no amount of help that could help me.
All right. So what are our final thoughts
I don't know.
on serial killers?
I'm glad I'm not one.
Well, yeah.
I mean, look, the whole manifestation of no guilt,
Yeah.
like they have no guilt of their crimes and stuff like that. Like when we were talking, you made me take that quiz,
Yeah.
like I don't want to see someone get hurt.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what makes me not a psychopath or a sociopath or whatever.
Yeah.
But these people, they don't have any guilt at all. I would feel guilty. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Hell, I feel guilty. I hit a bird by accident going down the interstate the other day, and I almost started crying there. So,
Yeah.
some of these things, that would be a act of rage, though. That would not be a
What?
continuous thing. When people get so angry and stuff like that, they don't know how to.
Yeah.
But that's not.
Well, and those people usually, I won't say usually, but a lot of those people do feel remorse after the fact.
Right.
No, for me, one of the biggest fascinations for me with serial killers has been the fact that it is this drive that they seem to have, in the same way that most people, we've talked before about, having a sleep drive,
Mm-hmm.
And a sex drive and things like that. That's, that these people have a kill drive,
A desire to kill.
and, it just makes me wonder what, and I know that there's so much disparity among them that we don't have a single definitive answer to this, but I just always wonder, what is it that's broken in them that causes this? But there's no one thing that at least that.
Yeah, I mean, because like Dahmer just didn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Part of that was that,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a creepy thing to think about, but it's also a fascinating thing to think about, and it comes from this essentially this desire for us to want to protect ourselves from them.
Yep. So to quote Scar, be prepared.
All right, we ready for some trivia?
Oh yeah, let's go. Why not? But let's not do serial killer trivia.
Let's go
do
lighthearted and go for some traditional Trivial Pursuit.
You over there are gonna be like, okay, so who had the most kills?
Okay, what category do you want?
Give me geography.
Geography. Okay.
But you got to give me time to look it up the answers on Facebook.
Absolutely not. I'm trying to find a page that I think you might know.
Oh, wait. Jean just got back to me. She's been researching since we talked to her on the phone.
Oh, nice.
She sent me a website that said, two websites. The Axeman of New Orleans preyed on Italian immigrants, which we know, and a mysterious serial killer prowled in a city rife with xenophobia and racism. And that's the source from the Smithsonian Magazine. She said this one was an interesting read.
Oh, okay. Send me that.
I will.
Okay.
What are we doing again? What category?
Geography. Do you really want geography? I'm trying to find one that I think you'll know.
No, give me science, I guess.
Okay.
Boo. I was trying to venture out.
What part of the body does an orthopedic doctor treat?
Is that bones?
Yeah. Number 2, what astrological chart takes its name from a Greek word meaning circle of little animals?
The zodiac?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of serial killers.
Right. Number 3, what fruit did Algerian priest Pierre Clement create in 1902?
Oh, the clementines.
Yeah. Number 4, what shape is the piston in a Wankel engine?
In a what engine?
Wankel, W-A-N-K-E-L. Or Wankel, maybe if it's German.
What shape is the piston?
Uh-huh.
Cylinder?
It's a two-dimensional shape that they're going for here.
A square?
No, a triangle.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Interesting.
Number 5, what element did Pierre and Marie Curie discover in 1898?
Radium.
Yep. And number 6, what acid gives citrus fruits their distinctive sharp flavor?
Citric.
Yes. Okay. Give me
sports and leisure.
Okay, why not?
You really? Yeah, well, you probably know them.
No, I won't.
Okay, let's just try this one.
Okay.
What service organization abides by the motto service above self?
Oh, is that the Rotary?
Yep.
Okay.
Rotary International. What rare bird species was sighted in Arkansas in 2005, launching an enormous search for confirmation?
Rare bird species. This is in sports and leisure?
Yeah. Bird watching is considered leisure.
I guess. I know I should have known that since I do bird watch at times. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just going to give it to you.
Yeah.
The ivory-billed woodpecker.
Okay.
What is the sport of Hilary Swank's character in $1 Million Baby?
Boxing?
Yes. What name is given to a ball on a wire that is thrown in an Olympic event?
A ball on a wire?
Mm-hmm.
That's not shot put. There's no wire on that.
You use it to do carpentry.
Oh, a hammer?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh.
Which of the following baseball players received a phone call from Beaver Cleaver on an episode of Leave It to Beaver? Don Drysdale, Babe Ruth, or Hank Aaron?
Oh, God.
That's a multiple choice one.
Drysdale?
Yep.
Okay.
What do members of Citizens Weather Observer Program, or CWOP, learn from an aneroid barometer?
What? Say that again.
What do they learn from using, this is Citizens Weather Observer Program. What do members learn from using an aneroid barometer?
Aneroid barometer.
What's a barometer measure?
Air pressure.
Yeah, it's atmospheric pressure or air. So
okay.
I don't know why they have that in there, but yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you another one? Since I gave you one with the woodpecker one.
Oh, no. Was that the whole page?
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
What Beverly Hills 90210 actor crashed his race car on the Kentucky Speedway in 2002?
Oh, was that Dylan?
Nope.
Brandon?
Yep.
Yeah.
But the actor's name, not the actual character.
I know.
Jason Priestley.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that does it for this week's episode of From Art to Atoms.
The Ultimate Curiosity Show. Really weird episode this week, but okay.
Thank you so much. If you've stuck it out this long, thank you so much for listening and for sticking with us through the past hour or so. Hopefully, we hope you'll join us again next week when we promise we'll discuss a much lighter topic.
Yep, I'll pick this topic.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye. You've been listening to From Art to Atoms, the Ultimate Curiosity Show, episode number 21. Your hosts are Brandon Shoemaker and myself, Michael Fols. The show is produced by Brandon Shoemaker and is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the show to stay up to date on all of our latest episodes and news. If you have any questions, feedback, or suggested topics you'd like for us to dive into, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email us at FromArtToAtoms@gmail.com. We would love to hear from our listeners, and we value your input. Don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on upcoming episodes and behind-the-scenes content. You can find us on Instagram and YouTube at From Art to Atoms. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to rate and review us on your favorite podcast platforms. Your support helps us reach even more interested minds like yours. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay curious.